The video emphasizes the power of positive habits, the significance of understanding why financial freedom is essential, and how to navigate the journey towards it. It also recommends valuable resources for learning about personal finance. This video is a must-watch for anyone seeking to understand the intersection of minimalism and personal finance, and how to leverage it for a secure financial future. Today's episode is also the beginning of my video series on the power of minimalism. Stay tuned for more surprising insights about minimalism. Now, let's dive into the main content with a personal story of mine. For a significant portion of my life, I had a tumultuous relationship with money. I earned it, and almost instinctively, I spent it. The cycle of money flowing in and out was a constant, a scenario that nearly 8 out of 10 Americans, living paycheck to paycheck, might find all too familiar. After completing 4 years of college, I found myself armed with a degree, but also burdened with a staggering student loan debt of $97,000. To add to this financial strain, I purchased a brand new car. It was clear that my money management skills were far from ideal. My personal finances were in such disarray that it almost became a running joke. I owe him some money. What kind of money? I had dug myself into a financial pit so deep that the idea of ever climbing out seemed like an impossible feat. The irony of it all was that this mountain of debt did nothing to curb my spending habits. After acquiring the new car, I went on to add a new TV, a computer, and even a leather jacket to my growing list of expenses. That leather jacket was pretty cool, though. Currently, I find myself in the initial stage of my journey towards financial freedom, aptly named the debt stage. On my YouTube channel, I've curated a dedicated playlist about this journey, where I candidly share the experiences, insights, and life lessons I've gathered on my path to achieving financial freedom. I've broken down each stage of the journey into milestones, detailing how they unfold, the steps needed to navigate through them, the potential pitfalls to avoid, and so much more. Returning to the topic of today's episode, it wasn't long after college that I came to a stark realization. I needed to make a change. I couldn't continue to live in denial of the financial crisis I was in. It was one of the most formidable challenges I've ever faced in my life. However, over a span of 4 years, I managed to pay off every single student loan, even that car payment. This is what I want to delve into today: money, our struggles with it, and how adopting a minimalist approach has aided me. The fundamental formula to triumph in personal finance is simple: spend less money than you earn. However, in practice, it's not as straightforward. Money seems to have a way of slipping through our fingers. Regardless of how much money we earn, our bank account seems to operate on a completely different wavelength. One of the reasons we struggle with money is because it's often considered a taboo subject. Discussing it with coworkers or family members can lead to feelings of judgment or outright offense. The only way we can improve is by initiating honest conversations about money. We need to set our egos aside and genuinely strive to learn. One of the most effective ways I've discovered to learn about personal finance is through books. I'd like to recommend 3 that have provided me with invaluable advice and have proven their worth. Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover, Ramit Sethi's I Will Teach You to Be Rich, and Tony Robbins' Unshakable. Each of these books offers sound advice that has stood the test of time, and I believe you'll derive immense value from them. Lastly, beware of the trap of lifestyle creep. Often, when we receive a pay raise, start earning a bit more money, or land a significant project, our instinctive reaction is to upgrade our lifestyle. We might move into a nicer apartment, purchase a better car, or indulge in luxuries. In a way, we see this as a reward for our success. However, if we were to approach our spending with more mindfulness, if we were to maintain our lifestyle and prevent it from inflating as our income increases, we would find ourselves living much more comfortably 5 or 10 years down the line. We would also enjoy a greater sense of financial security than if we were to continually elevate our lifestyle year after year. Let's face it, we tend to purchase a plethora of items and often employ subtle self-deception to justify our spending habits. why we deserve it. I mean, I enjoy shopping. Is there anything inherently wrong with that? Not all advertising is detrimental, but a significant portion of it is designed to make us feel as if we are entitled to indulgences. You've worked so hard. You deserve this handbag, these sneakers, or this watch. However, the stark reality is that what you truly deserve is to be debt-free. You deserve a life that isn't dictated by living paycheck to paycheck. We face immense pressure from social media. The phenomenon of keeping up with the Joneses or the Kardashians is very much a reality. And if we're not actively curating and being mindful of our news feeds and social media feeds, it can be incredibly tempting to want to keep up and possess the things that everyone else has. Otherwise, we're plagued by the fear of missing out. But here's the thing. Wealthy individuals are wealthy because they make astute decisions with their money. They don't impulsively go out and lease a brand new BMW. They don't rent an apartment beyond their means. And the last type of pressure that we face is self-imposed pressure. There's this concept called the myth of "I don't have." And it's a narrative that we tell ourselves to convince ourselves that we need to go out and purchase that particular item. So as a filmmaker, you might say, I really want to make that film or that video, but I don't have this lens or I don't have this camera, so I can't do it. Or, I can't go out for that run or that jog. I can't start my new workout routine because I don't have that pair of sneakers. But in reality, the only thing that's doing is procrastinating us from getting started with our goals and our dreams. And it's convincing us that purchasing that extra item is going to solve everything, which it won't. You need to make sacrifices. Upon graduating from college, I made the decision to move back home with my parents and lived in their basement for 2 years. During this time, I didn't date much, didn't spend much, and didn't go out much. I knew I had to make sacrifices to reach a point where I could start taking risks. It's crucial to understand why you're embarking on this journey in the first place. Why do you aspire to be debt-free? Why do you yearn for financial freedom? When we truly comprehend why we don't want to live paycheck to paycheck and why we strive to be debt-free, everything else becomes a bit easier. Considering the security and safety of being able to support our family and friends in times of trouble, it becomes more apparent why this is so important. You're then able to take more risks, challenge yourself, and push yourself beyond your comfort zone in ways you otherwise wouldn't be able to. Speaking from personal experience, if I hadn't achieved debt-free status, I wouldn't be where I am today. If I hadn't taken that first step and acknowledged that I had a problem, I wouldn't have set off the domino effect that led me to where I am now, enabling me to make ambitious and risky decisions, like moving across the country, leaving my business, and starting a completely new one. These aren't easy decisions, and when burdened with debt, they become even more challenging, and the likelihood of success diminishes. The strategy for financial freedom is straightforward: spend less money than you earn. However, as we all know, we often face immense pressure to do the exact opposite. If you can navigate these pressures, cultivate a healthy relationship with money, and establish positive habits that endure, you will be on your way to achieving financial freedom. Thank you so much for watching. I'm curious to know what strategies, tips, tools, and books have aided you on your personal finance journey. What methods have helped you reduce and even eliminate debt? I would love to hear about your success stories as part of this conversation, fostering an open dialogue about money. I believe we should be encouraging and rewarding each other for making positive strides in our lives. Don't feel threatened or discouraged by the success stories of others. Instead, view them as a testament to your own potential. If someone else can get out of debt, it's a clear indication that you can too. Thank you all for watching.